Hello YouTube. Well, today we're in my shop. We're gonna go and just kind of let you look around here inside of the terminal. And we're in Bakersfield, California. And we're getting ready to go pick up a job. And so we'll just kind of look around here, let you see what the inside of the terminals look like if you have never seen inside of one. This is one of the super terminals. You can't make them any bigger. I wish you could and hire more drivers, but so we got overhead cranes, we got jib cranes, we got a couple of motors hanging around. There's a motor, there's a motor, racks with wheels, toolboxes, forklifts. It's a pretty well equipped shop. I'm really pleased with it. And but I'm going to go ahead and jump in the truck here and see about getting on the road here and fire this thing up. And it's awfully quiet inside here. I like it. Okay. How's your weekend doing so far? I'm doing this on a Saturday. I just been out and working in the shop. Thought I'd come in and relax and do a little gaming. But beautiful night here. You can see all the stars up in the sky, and it's oh, I don't know. It's 2:30 a.m. Oh goodness. So let's get the show on the road. We'll go pick up our first job. If we don't get ran over, I think we're going to be okay. And I don't get in a wreck, but we'll get situated here and get all of our crap together so we can get going and rolling. Eastbound and down, or westbound and down, whichever way we go. Got a job to go bid on right now, and probably go ahead and take it. I just hope we can get through these lights. Lights turn pretty fast. Got my new blue paint job. Actually, it's black with blue tinted clear with some metal flake in it, and it really pops during the daytime. Yeah, we got a beautiful night. Be a good night for a drive. Probably be going right past the Bates Motel if I remember right. I don't know. See whatever job we get. Bakersfield's a nice little town. You know, I got 12 terminals scattered all over the states, and was looking for some more, but there's none to be had. Got 60 employees, including myself. I buy them all Peterbilt 351s. And let's pull in up here to see what Walmart has to offer. Go in and talk to the dispatcher and see. Gotta find me a nice dispatcher to have around for this place. We're all fueled up, got all the maintenance done to the truck, so we're ready to put the hammer down and make a few bucks. Later on in maybe the next video, I'll take you around and show you my terminals that I have and some of the fleet trucks that I have. All my fleet trucks are painted green with yellow stripes. Excuse me. Got my cat with me tonight. Old Tinker, she likes riding in the truck. She has a good time. I guess I should go back and talk to the dispatcher first. Well, let's see if there's anything parked back here first and see what's available. I got 3 trailers, yeah. We might be able to commandeer one of these. Went over a couple of milk crates. Now, he got by. Yeah, we'll go up here and talk to the dispatcher, see what they got. This is a big super center here. Okay, let's pull up here. Yes, I like coming in this time of night. There's a lot less traffic. Guess I'm a night owl. Okay, let's see what we got here. Hey, you got any jobs for us today? Oh, you do have one for Phoenix. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think we'll take that one. Okay, let's go ahead and get back in the truck and we'll go. Yeah, let's go up here and turn around. They sure got a big old speed bump coming into this place. Look at those palm trees. Those are beautiful. I wonder if we're going to get any snow in the northern parts of the 3 states that I drive in. You know, because all 3 states, the northern end of the states, have snow. So I wonder if we'll get any here. I got my tire chains and everything ready to go in case we do, but I always get a lot of rain up through Tahoe, and I mean not rain, but a lot of snow up through Tahoe. I could handle driving in the snow. It's kind of fun to do. But we'll go back here and pick up our load. There she is. They got the laser lights shining on the ground for me. So we'll just swing in here and pick it up. See if I can still drive a truck and back them up. Yeah, this is a lot better than when I used to drive for the Lufkin oil pumps. I don't know if any of y'all ever heard of Lufkin Industries, but they're large makers of pump jacks for the oil field. Well, I worked for one of their... Yeah, I didn't have any luck on that one. I worked for one of the satellite places in Oklahoma City back in the early 90s or the late 80s, and when I was working there, they bought 242 pump jacks from the Phillips Petroleum Company from their dried up oil field up around Shidler, Oklahoma. And that there's a tall grass prairie up there, or beautiful area. But anyway, we bought 242 pump jacks, and we made 2 trips a week. I would piggyback 2 flatbed trailers, and then we took the autocar, which is a 330-inch wheelbase gin pull truck, and we leave about 5 or 6 in the morning and go up there, and we would unstack my trailers, and we'd tear down a pump jack and get it all loaded up on the trailer except for chaining it down. And then we go tear down another one and load it up, and then I'd chain it down and I would haul that one back. Okay, granted now that we leave Oklahoma City about 5 in the morning, and we're getting back about 5 or 6 o'clock at night. And then I'd drop that trailer off to where they could unload it the next day. Then I'd take off, get all my chains, and go back up, chain up the other trailer load, and haul it back. That was always a solo trip for me. And so 242, I think it's either 242 or 246 we bought, and they were the Lufkin 320 pump jacks, I think is what they were the model 320s. And we'd take them down to the shop there and clean them and do whatever repairs that we had to do. Painted them, then resold them. And I don't think we had very many of them that we had to scrap, but it was quite an ordeal. It kept us busy for a couple of years, 2 or 3 years, and of course that was in between doing jobs for other customers on repairing their pump jacks on location. And but my main function there was in the shop working on the pump units, and then just driving the truck and what other little things that had to be done. Every so often I'd take the gin pull truck and go out and do jobs too. And so it was quite a deal. So you go out there on some of those locations where the pump jacks were, and you talk about little gravel roads, and it was quite tough on some of those locations to get to them, and kind of scary too, because see, that was really hilly up there too, because you could be standing on your trailer and looking north and probably see right into Kansas. That's how close to the Kansas border we were. And what I really liked was in the wintertime, I'd get all bundled up in my big Carhartt coveralls and everything, and we'd drive up there in the snow and tear down the units and load them up. And then what I enjoyed, I think, most is when I went and got into my truck to eat lunch, and just turn the heater on and sit there and watch the snow and eat my lunch. It's kind of cozy. I liked it. During the summer, we had a smoker that we built and attached to the gin pull truck, and we'd take some meat and stuff with us, and then at lunchtime we'd grill it out. We'd grill it while we were working, and then we'd take our lunch for sorry buddy, and then have steak and that, and made for a nice lunch. But that was, like, say, back in the late 80s, early 90s, and that's when oil was doing pretty good. I just wish they would let people start drilling again, because I think that would create millions of jobs. It would just snowball, because the car dealerships could make money selling company vehicles and company trucks, and it would just snowball, put a lot of people back to work. I think there's still plenty of oil there, because I remember going down to Chickasha and they were capping whales off, and for future use. So I don't know, but I think I'd rather have them do the drilling than have them doing the fracking, because it's only been a year or so that 2 years I've felt my first earthquakes. We had an earthquake the other day that really rattled stuff, and they felt it all the way down as far as Houston and all the way as far north as Omaha, and the epicenter was only like 25-30 miles from me. And I mean, it was spooky. But not only now do we have to put up with tornadoes in Oklahoma, but we have to put up with earthquakes now. And our winters, we don't usually get a lot of snow. Usually what we get is a lot of freezing rain. The kind that likes to get on your power lines and the trees and kind of knock your power out, break a lot of trees. It's really weird to sit and listen to the trees cracking and breaking. They throw out a pretty good noise. Well, I guess I can get back up to speed here. But I've been sitting here babbling my head off, so I'm going to get into driving here to get through town. And so we got about 330 miles to go. That's not too bad. But the oil business was good to me back in the 80s. That was back when I was a lot healthier too. We hardly ever, there's certain bolts that we used impact guns on, but a lot of the other ones for the structural and that, we just cut them with a torch because they always put new bolts and hardware with them anyway when we'd rebuild them and sell them. Right after I quit working for the company, a friend of mine that I was working with up there, I got word that he was holding on to a piece of Samson post while they were moving it with the gin pull truck, and it hit an electric wire and it fried him, killed him instantly. And that was really sad to hear that, because all the time I was working for him, we was kind of accident free because I was kind of the bird dog for safety and that. And I think if I would have been there, he'd probably still be here today. I don't know. So, but that was a sad deal right there. Yeah, it looks like we're going to take us a left down here. Yep, of course we always get the yellow lights. Let's see if I'm getting over here. Yeah, I always like to try and get her up to 8 high. Slow the RPMs down a little bit on the truck. Gets a little better fuel mileage that way. You can almost do 59 mile an hour and get by without getting a ticket. It all depends on what kind of Smoky Bear you run across. I've been noticing a lot of bears in the air too, so I think they're starting to do air radars too. State of California especially, because they need all the money they can generate. That state has really been hit hard in the economic pressures from what I understand, and the lack of rain is killing out their fruit but growth, I guess. It's just tough all over the world right now. I miss the 60s and the 50s. I was born in 53, and I miss growing up in those days. Look at all the wind generators. So we got a pretty good wind today too, it looks like. Yeah, we're fighting a headwind today. No wonder I'm kind of getting bounced around here a little bit. Yeah, we got a headwind today. We got a wind enough to get all those guys going. It's going pretty good. Each one of those fan blades are about, I think, 60 feet long or something. I know they fill up a trailer pretty good. You got to have a permit to haul them. There's a lot of good money in hauling those windmills. They're a little bit more difficult to haul around than what the pump jacks were. I don't know why we don't ever get any jobs here hauling windmills. I'm gonna have to just see if they got any mods for doing that. I think that'd be cool. And right there in Bakersfield, they got pump jacks sitting all around. So I'd like to see about maybe hauling some pump jacks. That'd be kind of cool. They're kind of a top-heavy load, because each load that this is an ironic story. When I was hauling those pump jacks, I never had to go to the scales by the way that I went. But on the last day of the last pump, I got pulled over by the K County Smokey Bear that did the weight checks, and he dragged his scales out of his car and had me drive up on them, and I was like 100 pounds over. And so them 240 some odd trips that I made were at 81.9 as far as weight, I think, and I'm only allowed to be total weight to be 80,000 pounds. And of course I got the tickets and everything, and Lufkin took care of the tickets. But see, we also, not only did I have to haul the pump jacks, we had to bring back this great big Ajax hit and miss motors, engines that they powered pump jacks with that ran off the natural gas. And those things were quite heavy themselves, so that's why I think the weight of them is what put me over. And we always put them on the very end of the trailer, because that was the last thing to go on. And but I think that was just enough to put me overweight. And some of them said high enough to where the little breather cap on the top of the gearbox, because see, we left the gearbox on the pedestals because we didn't want to pull the crank arms and stuff off. And I could have sworn one day coming across that old steel bridge there on Highway 60 in Ponca City that I knocked the breather cap off the top of one of them gearboxes, by scraping there on the bridge. I thought, because I thought that one load seemed awfully high, because it's 13.6 is the limit. So I don't know. But all I know, they sure were top heavy. And that old R model Mac that I drove was only a 283 horsepower 6-cylinder diesel with the twin stick shifters, Maxidine. You talk about driving a rough riding truck, but I'll tell you what, I like that old Mac, but boy, it sure did ride rough. not as smooth as what these trucks are nowadays, and it's quiet. Well, we're down to 118 miles. I just hope that everything goes okay, and this is going to be kind of a long drive, but it's gives me time to babble and make a fool of myself and look like the village idiot sitting here yakking away to the only one in the vicinity here, and I stumble on words quite a bit. Got the holiday season coming up on us. Here lately, in my older age, it just kind of more or less another day. You know, because Christmas is basically for kids. And Thanksgiving, I don't know whatever happened there. It's just that it doesn't seem like families just get together anymore like we used to when I was young. I mean, holidays were really a big function in our family back in the 60s and the 50s, the 70s, but it just seems like it's gone downhill. Sometimes I think the whole world's going to hell in a handbasket, but that's just my opinion. I don't want to get started on politics. Oh God, no, not tonight. Because you start talking politics, you usually end up pissing somebody off that doesn't agree with what policies or views the people you like have. Excuse me. Beautiful sky out there today, isn't it? I mean, I just love the detail of the desert and the trees, and it's just a nice little view. Yeah. Did you ever notice my license plate says 309? And I don't know if any of you remember that song by Red Solvine called Phantom 309. If you ever get a chance, if you're on YouTube, put in Phantom 309 and listen to the song. I like it, you know, and that's why I put 309 on my license plate. Another neat little song too is I used to have my truck called Giddy Up Go. If you ever get a chance to listen to the song called Giddy Up Go, there's all kinds of trucker songs out there I think that are really cool, that, you know, like Teddy Bear, and just once you go to YouTube and play one, I mean, you can see they'll bring up a whole string of them. I better get off here. I'm sitting here yakking, and boy, and I almost missed my turn. But yeah, go to YouTube and put in Phantom 309 and check out some of them trucker songs. They're cool. They're from the 50s and the 60s, but Dave Dudley's done that one song, 6 Days on the Road. I'll be home tonight. Yeah, check some of them out. They're pretty good. I wish I could play them here on while I'm driving my truck, but the copyright laws. It's not like I'm making money off of my video. I don't make any money off of these. So I'd be able to play them, but no, you can't do that. We're not very far from our drop-off zone. Should have got my eye wash out. My eyes are a little itchy right now. Pulling a 53-foot trailer today. Yeah, 40 mile an hour, that's cool. Usually it's 30 or 35, sometimes it's down as low as 25. Looks like I got about 9 miles to go to a drop, and kind of what kind of parking I got, because I got my parking at random. So you know, all the time I've been playing this, the first day that I had this, I used my Jake brake, but after that first day, I turned my Jake brake off. I don't like it. I don't like using them. I didn't use them when I was driving the truck, so why would I want to use them now? Oops, I guess I better get over. I think they're loud and obnoxious. I've seen them so overused in this game. Really overused. I mean, they're hard, they're really hard on your head gasket and your valve train, because that's where it's putting all the load and the pressure at. And if you can wear a motor out pretty quick. I mean, I'd hate to be just sitting on the side of the road because of a blown head gasket or something. I just don't like them. So you guys won't ever have to listen to me using them. I like the sound of air brakes a lot better, and I like using the trailer brakes as much as I can. It saves the wear and tear on my brakes on the truck. So I just use the trailer brakes a lot. Well, this is Walmart City around here, isn't it? God. Slap around this corner and see how the GPS. By the way, the GPS, I call him Tom. I always say, "Okay, Tom, which way do we go now?" Or did pretty good. He made it by about 1:30. I think I had to be there by 2 o'clock, if I remember right. We got a back blindsided in there, huh? I'm going to get my drone out. Fly my drone up there and watch it done. It helps me park that way. I noticed there's some other truckers that do it too, because the drone, I got it up where it stays where you set it at, and then I turn on my viewfinder. So let me get the drone out. Put him up there. Let's see. The next view you'll see is my drone up in the air. Oh, there we go. Yeah. bet a lot of the old timers would have liked to have a drone to fly up in the air like this to watch their backing and that. Sure has helped me out a lot. That'd be good enough for me. Bring the drone back in now. We did pretty good here. Okay, well y'all, thanks a lot for riding along with me, and we'll see you next time. And y'all be sure to keep the rubber side down when you're out there driving around. And I'm gonna show you what my truck looks like here real quick before I go, so you can see my new paint job. It's getting kind of dark out though. Let me go up here by the gate. Okay, well, you have a wonderful time, and keep the rubber side down, and later.